Hi YouTube, this is Candace coming back with you with another video. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will say that even when the comment section, please be very discreet. No personal information, just commenting basically on the video. So the next topic I want to talk about is anger, and we kind of got into that last video where we were talking about road rage and things of that nature when you were asking like why me. So let's get into anger. So there are very much different degrees of anger. Everyone experiences it differently. Everyone handle it differently. I'm sorry guys, I have these clear aligners in and sometimes I get slurred. So yeah, so anyway, so there's different degrees. Everyone handles it differently. Everyone deals with it differently. So we were talking about road rage, something as simple as that. Everyone have some type of extent, because like I said, you're driving for yourself and for others. So something as small as that to anger, blacking out, doing things out of anger, being mandated to counseling because of anger, are a couple categories of the degrees of anger. So anger is kind of, well, let's say it's considered a impairment. Impairment. It's considered an impairment when it is in your everyday functioning life, meaning it's interrupting your everyday functioning life. So that may be family life. That could be family life, meaning your family, intimate or non-intimate. It can be, it's causing problems at work. It could also be at school, causing problems, just anywhere in your everyday life. So some of the things that I have seen so far is some clients who have been sent by the courts to come for anger. And pretty much those clients sometimes are aware, or they have their days that they're aware of that anger, and sometimes they're not. They're feeling as if their anger is justified by what the others are. So I typically hear, oh, well, I got angry and I did this because of this. This person said this person said that. One thing I want to go back to is you have self-control. The only thing that you can control is how you respond to situations. So blaming others is not going to take away from if you're having anger problems. So only knowing that you can only control yourself. Anger is then, I should say, anger is then broken down into, yeah, of course, it's an emotion. It's when you get frustrated. It's when you get mad. It's when you feeling all of these, and it's really, bothersome to you. So any situations that what they say in your feelings type of thing, you're in your feelings, you can say that. It could be a degree of anger. So with the different levels of anger, there are different techniques you can do. So there's a lot of cliches, ones like counting to 10, counting backwards. Some people even suggest that you're yelling in your head to stop the angry thoughts, or just to get out of that moment. So that's something that you can do to get out of that moment, to kind of get your head somewhere else. I also mentioned the deep breathing in the last video. So it's just taking a deep breath in and out. So, and this is something that's very helpful for me. It, like I said, allows you to give yourself that moment to just pause, think about the situation, and then react. We have the deep breathing. We also always have these other forms that's very like expressive. So art, drawings, um, music, plenty other things, shopping, eating. When I said eating last video, let's get that clear. When I said eating healthily. So everything you're doing healthy, everything you're doing in life is in moderation. So when I said eating in the other video, it's meaning moderately, because you do not want to get a disorder or substitute anything for eating or any other thing of that nature, because like I said, if it's not done in moderation, then that can be a problem. So yeah, so back to the art expressive therapy, those are a few ways as well to deal with anger. And then we talked about the different degrees. Oh, okay. So also we have a thing called an anger log. So what are you doing in that log? With that log, you are writing down your triggers. You're writing down what makes you angry. So kind of what we talked about last video, when it's I am identifying what got me feeling this way, how am I feeling, so that type of thing. So you're writing down what make you angry. You're writing down your triggers, so you are aware what are your triggers. That is a very, 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 very good thing to do. Writing down your triggers. What is that thing that take you from 0 to 100, as Drake says? What is that thing that takes you there? That is your triggers. So helping you to see that pattern of what causes you to get angry or takes you from 0 to 100 is another set of self-awareness. So when you're knowing that button is being pushed or about to be pushed, you can start doing things to calm down. You can remove yourself. You can always walk away if possible. If possible. Yeah, so you can start removing yourself from those type of situations if need be. If not, then the suggested techniques of the countdowns, the log that I've mentioned when you're writing down your triggers and things of that nature, and then the expressive techniques like the art therapy. We had art therapy, the drawings, the music, things of that nature. And for those, I've heard sleeping. Some of my clients say that sleeping has been good for them, taking naps. Now, that is pretty tricky because once you go to sleep, yeah, that's calming. Once you wake up, yes, that's calming. However, the same problem may exist once you wake up. So how are you going to deal with that? So yes, that is maybe a go-to for temporary calm down, but I would suggest following up with other alternative ways to deal with it. Also, I wanted to out physical. So let's say that you're doing these countdowns, you're doing this yelling in your head about the anger to kind of block your thoughts, your anger thoughts. You're doing the deep breathing, you're doing the expressive therapy, and it's not really helping you. You're taking the naps, which is the physical thing too. So that's not really helping you. If you're needing to express yourself in other ways, getting a punching bag. If you have to have, a physical outlet for it, a punching bag would be great. I had a client, I'm just going to always say a client. I had a client who stated that when he couldn't calm down, he would try all those different other techniques, but also when that didn't work, he would do his punching bag. And literally, he said he would punch, he would punch, he would punch until he became tired or until he calmed down. So that's something that worked for him. So I suggest that as well. You also have different type of toys. And I wouldn't even say toys, but let's say children. You have your toys that are considered violent toys or expressive toys, or things of that nature, where it's like army, little army toys, little like fake knives, anything fake toys that is considered to be any type of aggressive. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Aggressive toy. So it can be like I said, it can be the army toys, it can be the fake knives, it can be um, several different things. Just any way that you can symbolically, keyword symbolically, um, use to kind to de-escalate your anger. Um, let's see, what else? Something else I wanted to mention here. Um, yeah, so let's go back to kind of getting in that self-awareness that something um, may be escalating with you, with your anger or things of that nature. Like I said, if you're having any type of impairment in your everyday life, in your functioning, then that's where, you know, the anger kind of comes in, the impairment comes in. So just getting back to just being self-aware of that. A lot of people, we tend to justify or be in denial. So how you want to be aware. So what you can do is, like I said, when you're doing, even with the hostility lock, when you're noticing a pattern with your triggers, with how people are reacting to you, if you are being fired from jobs because of situations you're getting into with coworkers, with your bosses, if you are if you're in a relationship and your spouse or your family or your friends or someone is concerned about your anger, those are also indicators as well. So sometimes we do not see it in the mirror, is what I'm saying. Sometimes we do not always agree with saying we have a disorder or some type of an area we can improve on. So just like I said, just being self-aware of yourself, and I believe that is like the and first step to change. So there's a different, cycles of change and things of that nature. But that's, I believe, just being aware that um, maybe I do get a little angry, and pretty quickly. And then maybe once I get angry, maybe I don't know how to calm down. So maybe I get in situations, and once I'm mad, I'm mad. And a lot of people say these things, and it's like, um, are you proud to say that about yourself? Are you proud to say, once I'm mad, I black out? Are you proud to say, yeah, once I'm mad, and whatever happens, happens? No, because there are consequences to those actions, and anger is shouldn't be the driving force between you coming to counseling and being mandated to counseling and um, having to do it involuntarily. Now, if you're doing it voluntarily, great. But this is definitely a topic I wanted to talk about. It is not excluded with age group. Children as well have the same thing, based on trauma, based on seeing adults and how they handle situations, based on just learning and maturing. So it's not an age group thing. Um, it's very, very, very vital. It's also something that's pretty common. It's a normal emotion that we have each and every day. Um, but like I said, everything is about how are you handling it? How are you dealing with it? How are you aware of what's going on? How are you interpreting situations? And if you know anything about counseling, I am a big fan of cognitive behavior therapy, where it's a model, it's a framework that they use for this, and it's so you would say A, B, and C. Let's do the A, B, and C model. So you have the A model, well, the A, which it stands for activation. So you're looking at like your triggers. What happened that made me feel this way? B, your belief. So it's going back to, what are you feeling about the situation? What is your belief about your situation? Are there any thoughts of yours that are not rational? So are you having anything irrational beliefs that's going on? So it can be everybody must are out to get me. So that's a rational belief, because everyone is usually not out to get you. You usually have a support system. And I'm always saying usually and sometimes, because it is always different from other people. And then C being the consequence. It's being so this happened because of um my belief about what happened, which is at A. So, ABC model from the cognitive behavior therapy. It is very essential model. It can be applied to anything. I have used this with a client in his anger, and I believe it just, if anything, it helped him to recognize that there are different alternatives that could have been done to kind of yeah, to help the situation. I'll just put it like that, to help the situation. I do and will continue to use these stories, but I'm going to continue to refer to clients as clients, and also as well as vague as possible, because confidentiality is important. I have to keep confidentiality except in limited breaches, and that is cause for harming yourself or harming others, and me being a mandated report and having to report those. And then it's also including age groups from elderly children and anyone. So if you have any identified target or anything, that is definitely a breach of confidentiality. But everything else, confidentiality, and that goes back to when I was saying in the beginning about the comments. Please keep everything brief, nothing personal, and just on the topics of the video. So thank you for checking out this video today, and I hope it helps in some way, shape, or form. And I'll be back with another one soon.